Hey everybody. So, I know this is a bit of a random thing. Figured I would give it a shot. It's been a little while since I've been live. A lot of stuff has been going on. What's up, Donner Pass? So I was recording a couple of videos here. Actually haven't had a drop to drink all night, and it's 11:45. Just happened to have all these bottles sitting out here, and I thought I would invite some of my favorite people to encourage me to drink. So, long story short, all of these bottles are ones that I've never reviewed yet, or I haven't reviewed yet. And what I would like is for you guys to suggest two for tonight that I should just kind of jump into and try. A few of these bottles have not even been cracked open yet. So why don't I just kind of give you a quick little overview of what I've got so that you can have some idea. Highland Park 15, you're right. It is there. It is delicious. All right, so I've got the Dalmore Portwood Finish. I've got the Dalmore 12. I have Kilbeggan Single Grain. I have Gooderham and Worts, which is a Canadian. Highland Park 15, Lafroig 10, Auchentoshan 12, Jefferson's Ocean Voyage 13, regular Jefferson's Ocean Suntory Toki. I have Evan Williams. I have Bruichladdich Classic, Wiggly Bridge, Sagamore Rye Double Oak, regular Sagamore Rye Cask Strength. I have Barrel Bourbon, Wild Turkey 81 essentially. I have Jameson Stout, Jameson IPA, and I have New Riff Kentucky Straight Rye. So, what should I do? Well, so Ben, the issue with that, and I was kind of going into this in one of the episodes that I did, people can't get their hands on the 15, so I'm not really entirely sure that I'm going to bother reviewing it. Because kind of like, what's the point? Either it comes off as, I have one and you don't, or people aren't really looking for it. So as you can hear, my voice is a little shot. Not sick or anything, just been talking a lot today. Let's see. All right, so we've got a lot of people in here already. Nice. I mean, not a ton, it was 14 people, but considering this is spur of the moment at 11:45 on a Saturday night, not bad. Let's see. I want to give some people time to pop in. You remember me having that with Keith on the live, the Bruichladdich. Yep. Hey, Matt. Hey, Christine. Ben, Craig. Well, a lot of people in here. Great. How do you like the Highland Park 15? It's amazing. It's great. It's really, really good. Your sounding under the weather is a stream considered mediocre. Is this stream considered medicine? You know, it's funny. My voice only just started going like 3 hours ago, right as I started filming. So I'm not sure. But either way, Maddie from India. Hey, what's going on? I'm going to say Shridhar. So let's pour something. So you guys kind of heard me go over what I had, hopefully. If not, those of you that are joining a little bit later, I'll give you another shot. But what should I pop open first? Only going to do a couple, although you guys know me, I'll probably be able to be convinced to go for 3. This is just supposed to be kind of a hang. There's not much to go on here. Jack Daniels. Hey, Sridhar, I'm happy to hear that. Jameson Stout. Really? Okay. So it's a vote for Jameson Stout. I will tell you the ones that aren't open yet are the Jameson IPA, Jameson Stout, New Riff Rye, Sagamore Cask Strength, Sagamore Double Oak, Auchentoshan 12, and the Kilbeggan Single Grain. Those are the ones that are not open yet, which I don't mind opening them. The Fook is proper 12. Straight left to the face. Oh, that's great. Excuse me. Man, I don't know where this cough came from. Kilbeggan or Jameson Stout? Stout. I'm drinking Jameson. All right, you know what? I'll go with the Stout. Why not? Give the people what they want. All right. Let's get that nice pop from my twist off. Oh. just doesn't have the same feel to it. Smells good. Oh yeah. Pour that nice and close to the microphone. All right. Well, I believe I've had this before. Actually, I definitely have had it before, but it was after a night of drinking and I don't remember much about it. Yeah, I love the microphone too. Hey, Whiskey Brazil, what's going on? That smells pretty tasty. So funny story about this. I was in New York City. Was it no, it was just outside of New York. It was Long Island. So kind of outside of New York. Anyway, I was going around to some bars with a guy that I was with. And we were just trying a bunch of stuff. And so I went to this one bar and I was like, hey, I've never actually had the Jameson IPA or the Jameson Stout. So I decided to order the Jameson Stout because I had heard that the IPA wasn't great. And the guy pours me the IPA. And I didn't notice until I got back to my seat and I took a sip and I was just like, oh, this is definitely not the Stout. So I brought it back up and the guy's like, didn't understand what the problem was. And I had to help him find the bottle on his own shelf. It was a pain in the ass. So I'm sitting there with like, a couple sips taken out of this drink and he hands me the Stout and then I was just like, all right, thanks. And I kind of walked away with both and he was like, hey, hold on, you got to give me back the other one. And I was just like thinking to myself, I'm like, what a dick. Because first off, he's got to throw it away anyway, right? So I get it. People will take advantage of a situation like that. But I was dressed nice. I was kind of like not acting like an ass. I was helping the guy. We were talking whiskey. Like I wasn't being a jerk. And you could kind of tell I wasn't just being like an opportunist. And the guy still made me, he still made me give the other one back, which just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I was going to give this guy a nice tip. We were chatting. Instead, I just gave him a minimum. I gave him a buck a drink. So anyway, I have not had this since I have multiple drinks and I don't really remember too much about it. So anyway, cheers, guys. It's lighter than I would have expected. Doesn't smell like an Irish whiskey, though. Reminds me a little bit of a little bit of that like Kilbeggan rye, actually. I know it doesn't have any rye in it whatsoever, but rye is not really the right word. It's heavier than I would expect, which is probably from the Stout. But anyway, let's try the taste. Cheers. Well, first sip of the night. Let me not make too many judgments. All right, Sridhar, yes. I have tried the Amrut Fusion. And is that the only one? No, I think I've tried 2 Indian whiskeys. I didn't do the... yes, I did. Paul John Brilliance. Those are the 2 I've had so far. Drinking New Riff Bottled in Bond. Nice. I got a bottle of the Stout unopened, waiting to dive in. Deanston 12 is very good. So I'm curious, Whiskey Brazil, you're verified. How do you get verified? Because I am not verified. Anyway, I'm curious. We'll have to talk about that. What's the oldest whiskey you have tried? I had a Last Drop, which is a 50-year-old whiskey. I got like one of the samples of it from when you could get stuff from, what was it? I think they used to call it Master of Malt. Must have 100,000 subs. Okay. I'll get there someday. Do I like this? Oh, John Paul. It is John Paul. Okay, thanks. For some reason, no, it's not John Paul. It's Paul John. Because I always remember thinking to myself, it's not John Paul like the Pope. It's Paul John. I don't know. Somebody else correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have sworn it was Paul John. Anyway, do I like this? Nah, it's okay. It's easy, That's about it. It's tasting more and more like an Irish, the more few sips I've had. This one is the Jameson Stout. So actually, I should probably put that out here. So I'm kind of impressed. 11:55 on a Saturday night, at least East Coast time. I've got 35 people to come in here after a couple minutes. Yeah, it is Paul John. Ha! Thank you, Donner Pass. So you guys saw I put out the new coins. I had a lot of fun making that video. I actually made that video this morning. I was fiddling around with some settings for color correction and all different kinds of stuff. Been having a lot of fun doing the B-roll. I'll be honest, I've been inspired by It's Bourbon Night. Always something I kind of should have been doing, and I just didn't. And I don't know. It is considerably different than a normal Jameson, as far as I'm concerned, Craig. It's normal Jameson. Actually, let me go grab my normal Jameson. Glad I'm wearing pants. I'm going to grab an extra glass because this one doesn't count. So I should have grabbed an extra Glencairn when I was back there in my bar. Instead, I just grabbed a tumbler, so it's fine. So I'll put a little bit of regular Jameson. Now, the color is pretty much identical, actually. Hey, Chris. Hey, Jim. All right. I know it's not going to be the same nosing out of a tumbler, but still. Nose on Jameson is not great. Nose on this is actually pretty decent. Almost deceptive, especially when you see Jameson. You kind of don't expect a whole lot, but the nose on this is pretty good. Hey, what's up, Shiflong Dung? Oh, cool. You got the... So Shiflong Dung is one of the members of the channel. You know how there's that join button down below? It's kind of like Patreon, except it's built into YouTube. But by doing that, you get to get like a little badge next to your name, and it upgrades as you stay a member for a while. So he's on the next tier, which is kind of cool. I haven't actually seen it before. So somebody else is drinking Highland Park. That's cool. Which one are you drinking, Florida? H2O. Hydro Homie. So somebody asked, how's it compared to the Jameson? Yeah, that's right. I forgot about Jameson. It's not great. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not great. It's not, when you're up against this, Jameson's not really going to hold a candle. So the stout is far better. Definitely far better. Is my glass series over? I was hoping you would review the Bourbon Trail official glass. Jim, I'll have to look into that one. I didn't come across that one, but based off the shape, like if you really want, I can give you my opinion on it, because I've tried enough glasses at this point that I could probably look at it and tell you how it's going to do. I'm not entirely done with my glass series. Actually, in fact, I was going to put out a video tomorrow on, it's meant to be a discovery type of video. It's going to be something people search for. It's whiskey glasses, essentially, to have in your home bar. And I'm going to put it out on Monday instead, because it's Labor Day, and I think a lot of people will be off. I also think in general, like, that will be good, because that'll be my video for the week. After doing a video every single day for the week, I'm looking forward to going back to the one video a week. It was actually very fun to do those, and I liked putting out a video every day, and it made me just feel a little sad that I can't make that be my job, You got some good Canadian finally. Good. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that's a good one, Chris. I picked it completely at random. Some of the people in Discord helped me out with that, though. Need a vid on THC infused whiskey. Shiflong Dung, find one and send it to me. I have not seen one around here. I know that they exist, though. The sound is very good. Blue Yeti, it's OP. Yeah, I agree, Whiskey Brazil. I'm a big fan of the Blue Yeti. So I'm enjoying the stout, actually. It's funny. I've been going back and forth on whether I like it or not. I think, like I said, it's midnight now. It just hit midnight, and this was my first drink of the day. So actually, oddly enough, it's once again my first drink of the day. And so I figured the first couple sips were probably going to be a little harsher than they needed to be. So I wanted to give it a little bit of time to open up and get my palate ready for it. But would love a review of Henry McKenna. Yeah, me too. actually. Hey, I Whiskey She Wines. Oh boy, can't speak too drunk already. Hey, Bobby and Sam. Oh boy, I'm so excited. Bobby and Sam get drunk all the time. They live a good life. So for those of you, since there's a little more than double the amount of people that were in here when I first started, the idea was these are all the bottles I haven't reviewed yet that I have in my collection. And I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to pick one or two of them for me to just kind of have. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, even if there's really no, I guess, point to this live stream other than just to hang out. I wanted to do that. So it'll probably only be about a half hour or so. I just kind of want to hang out. Watching some Czar thing with my wife and this and getting yelled at. Well, Matt's wife, you're a saint for dealing with Matt. I'm not even going to take his side. I'm just going to say you are a saint for dealing with Matt. And I'm glad that you kept stealing all of my shirts from him because it made him buy more. Jim, got to try the Blanton's Gold. Your life will change. Do you ever consider traveling the world to try different whiskeys? Johnny Bravo, that would be a fun thing. I have a wife. I have 2 kids. I have a job that I hesitate to even take vacation time from. So it wouldn't really be in the cards, unfortunately, unless I really was doing very, very well with this channel to the point that I could quit my real job. But yeah, I mean, it would be super fun. And I know that when the kids get older, my wife, she's like, hey, if you're still doing that whiskey thing, we should find a way to go to Ireland and Scotland. So, hey, Italian, Fabrizio. What's going on, Fabrizio? So guys, tell me what you're drinking in the chat. Was that the one available only at duty-free shops? Is there a whiskey that's perfect for sipping by a bonfire? Yes. Whatever whiskey is in your flask. It depends. Are you out in the middle of the woods or are you in your backyard? I'm going to guess you're out in your backyard. I would totally just go with something smoky anyway. I feel like you're going to be inhaling all that smoke. Only thing that's going to hold up to that is more smoke. But I almost always recommend some sort of smoky whiskey whenever people ask. I'm going to go with, if for that specific environment, I think I would go Ardbeg 10. There's smokier, but I like that one. Greetings from Phoenix. It's Ben. Love your channel. Hey, thanks, Ben. Appreciate it. About your either Ardbeg Drum or Weller's 107. Oh, about to pour either Ardbeg Drum or Weller's 107. Those are very different. And dude, you can get gold Blantons, just hard to find. Interesting. I didn't think you could get gold Blantons in the United States. Oh, Octomore by the campfire sounds delicious, but I don't have any of those. I would love to get an Octomore. Every time I consider it, I just can't get past the price point. And I've tried them before. I know that it's worth the money. It's just tough. It's tough to be like, oh yeah, here's $170 for something I'm going to drink. So, but whatever. All right, so I'm getting near the end of this Jameson Stout. I think I was starting to say, so these are all of the whiskeys that I have not reviewed yet. And I wanted to let you guys help me pick a couple just to have tonight for fun. So I'm going to go through the list one more time. I know that some of you this will be repeat, but for most of you it won't. So I have the Dalmore Portwood Finish. I have the Dalmore 12. I have the Kilbeggan Single Grain. I have the Gooderham and Worts. Highland Park 15. I'm going to get that Jameson out of there. Highland Park 15. Lafroig 10, which, boy, I can't believe I haven't reviewed that yet. Auchentoshan 12. Also one I'm a little surprised I haven't reviewed yet. Voyage 13 for Jefferson's. I have regular Jefferson's. I have Suntory Toki. I have Evan Williams. I have the Classic Lottie from Bruichladdich. I have Wiggly Bridge Bourbon. I just had the Jameson Stout. I have Barrel Bourbon. I have Wild Turkey 81, which you guys will be seeing a video on that pretty soon. Excuse me. I have Jameson IPA. New Riff Kentucky Straight Rye. I have 3 Sagamore Spirits. I have the, they're all rye. This one's the cast strength. This one's the regular rye. And this one is the double oak. Yeah, double oak. So put in the comments what you guys want me to drink, and I'll just kind of If there's an overwhelming majority, I will have that. If not, then I'll pick something at random. Oh, ADHD Fishing's here. That's awesome. What's going on, buddy? He's the one that started the whole Beagle Rare thing, which was so good. Like, you guys would not believe how good that blend was for somebody who just kind of made it up. I think ADHD Fishing has some chops. So I just finished the Jameson Stout ADHD. Although that's so funny to see how many people were wanting that. I'll leave my vote out on this one. I know nothing about Kilbeggan. That would be fun to hear about. Sure. I actually did a video on Kilbeggan Rye, which is a rye Irish whiskey. Very interesting concept. So you should check that one out. It was a good episode. If you had to pick a don't miss this Irish whiskey, what would it be? Redbreast 12. I know that was pretty quick. I just feel like everybody should try Redbreast 12 or Yellow Spot. I think both of those are right up there for me. There's others that are better, but those are attainable, and I think they're ones that people should try. Review the Rye Sagamore. Don't miss the Connemara peated. Yes, actually, I can get a bottle of that whenever I'm ready to review it. The reason that I actually I put off doing the Kilbeggan, I got that back in March, and I still have yet to open the bottle. The reason I haven't done that is because I did all of those Irish whiskeys. I always make March into my Irish whiskey month, and people are pretty burnt out by Irish whiskeys by the end of it. All right, finished off the stout. Don't sleep on the 15. Well, yeah, if anybody out there, by the way, if you see a Highland Park 15 on a shelf somewhere, they don't really make them anymore. You should pick it up. Oops. You should pick it up. It's delicious. It's amazing. Worth every penny. Just don't buy it on the secondary market because then it's not worth every penny. But it is very, very good. Let's see. What else? Don't miss... Seeing if anybody's... All right, you know what? What the hell? I'll drink the Highland Park 15. It's not something you have to twist my arm for. All right, let's do this. It's getting pretty empty. That was a less than impressive pop. Oh no, I accidentally poured a ton of it. Oh no. All right. Yeah, it's a good pour. Nice healthy pour. Pick up the gooder. All right, so I'm going to move this classic Lottie out of my way a little bit and a couple of other ones because I'm feeling a little claustrophobic over here. I wanted to make sure I had everything in frame, but now that I've picked that one and you guys have kind of heard about what I have for Science Pour, actually, oddly enough, so I'm almost out of the Glencairns. I only have, I think, 6 of them left. The second batch, I'm going to have them move the lines down a little bit. Yes, it is one of the better ones, Gregor. He says he's gonna. Or, sorry, no, Brett says it's. He's gonna assume it's one of the better ones based off the how much is left. Oh, this is cool. Sorry, YouTube did some new stuff with their interface, and I haven't done a live stream since they've done that. So there's some cool stuff going on here. What? No demand for bookers yet? You guys know what you have to do to get bookers, but. I'm not sure that I'm up for too much bookers tonight. The 15 is on bourbon barrel, no sherry like the 12. Yeah, I don't really know much about this. Let's see if there's anything on the bottle. I haven't reviewed this yet, so I don't pretend to know much. A smooth, easy to drink single malt with a luxuriously light floral flavor and a gentle smoky finish. Yep, there's nothing really about its history on there. Well, the Centauri Toki, honestly, that's not one to really drink neat. I had this a little bit, like a very little bit when I first bought it, and I was saving it to do a highball on the episode with, because even on their website, they basically did say don't drink this straight. They say drink it as part of a highball. So I actually bought some seltzer today, and I might be doing that in the near future. Jason, Johnny Walker Red and Black Velvet blend. Dude, nobody wants that. None people. You're mixing the worst of two worlds there. All right, so cheers, guys. Mm. Oh, I wish you guys could try this. It's so good. I gotta start thinking about what I'm gonna bring to the Bastard's Ball as far as bottles. I might pick up something nice. I'm not sure. We'll see. I kind of want to pick up just like a unicorn type of bottle, like spend a few $100 on something and bring it to share with all of you guys. We'll see what happens though. I gotta see what I can get my hands on. Toki is like lemon pledge. Let me see. I'm gonna smell this. You're not wrong. It is very heavy on lemon. Glad you like it. Yeah, man. It's good stuff. Tasty, tasty. I actually got sent this bottle by a fan forever ago. He sent me an E.H. Taylor. No, not E.H. Taylor. I'm sorry. Elmer T. Lee and a Highland Park 15 in the same box. And he was just like, hey, I was able to get my hands on these things. I thought you might like them. At the time, I had no idea how good what he sent me was until one day, probably 7 months later, I finally reviewed the Elmer T. Lee, and I was just like, oh my God, this is so good. And then I went and opened up the Highland Park 15 as well. I was like, oh my God, this is so good. I have no idea. It was it was a really, really nice gift. So good. So, got some news earlier tonight. Probably shouldn't share this with you guys, but whatever. My brother-in-law made a fool of himself a little bit. He apparently, well, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't tell you guys the story. Yeah, I'm not going to. I don't want to get in trouble with the family. We'll see. Maybe I'll tell you guys in a little while. Hey, here's a question for you to completely derail the conversation. I'm going to be doing another fundraiser this year, probably November timeframe, like I did last year for diabetes. Although this year I'm looking for another charity to support. Diabetes was all well and good, and I had a good reason to do that. But I would like to maybe change the charity every year that I do this, and I'm curious if you guys have any good suggestions. I'll probably end up picking something on my own anyway, but I've got several ideas. And I just kind of am curious if there's anything that's important to you all. It was nothing as serious as like Alcoholics Anonymous or anything. Yeah, I'm sorry to totally start telling a story and then just totally pull it away. It's not, I don't like doing that. I just feel like I shouldn't talk about it, just in case. Heart disease and Alcoholics Anonymous. You know, Alcoholics Anonymous is a good idea. So is heart disease, honestly. Maybe make it... No, suicide prevention's not a bad one, too. We lost a couple of people this year, like celebrities, you know? I'm trying to think. So, last year I had Molly on, and Molly's awesome. But she's kind of an expert in diabetes. She has diabetes, and she has a blog about it, huggingthecactus.com. But I don't know any actual alcoholics or people necessarily with heart disease other than probably myself. So Folds of Honor is awesome. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I was thinking about something like veteran or, military. But I feel like I want to pick something a little bit more personal to me. Nobody in my family is really, well, I guess my uncle was in the military. He drove a tank and then taught people how to drive tanks, which is kind of a cool place to be. But other than that, not much of my family was in the military. So this Highland Park 15, this is one I'm going to be so sad to see go. It is absolutely delicious. Just show of hands, who's had the Highland Park 15? So I'm heading out to San Diego again in a couple of weeks, so that should be fun. As always, I'm up for meeting up at the Whiskey House if there's enough interest. You got some very nice Highland Park for me, huh? Animal rescue groups always need help. Animal rescue was actually kind of on the top of my list. My only thought about that is let's say I donate to one local to me. not sure. I mean, you guys kind of tell me, like, is that, like, if I donate, let's say, like, so I live in Northborough, right? So let's say I find kind of like Central Mass Animal Shelter. Like, what's to make a person from California donate to that? You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm stuck. It's got to, I would like to do something more, at least national, if not global. Last year I ended up raising a little over $2,000 too. So like $2,000 would actually make a good difference to a local animal shelter. But I don't know that it makes much difference to like wounded warriors, you know? So I that's kind of where I'm stuck. I love the idea of doing something for a charity because frankly, all of us, we spend enough money on alcohol and whiskey and stuff. You know, $10 to help a charity is something I'm going to guess pretty much everybody here can afford. And I love the idea of all of us coming together to do something like that. So anyway, we'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know if I come up with any other ideas. But if you don't follow the Discord, by the way, you can find the link on my channel page, and I'll put it in the description later. But either way, oh, did you just link my own Discord? Thank you very much, Matt. That's great. Wow, boy, we have like perfect sync there. I knew I made you a mod for a reason. I appreciate it. Just moved from my Blantons, which is now empty, to Jim Beam Repeal Batch. It's actually much better than I expected. That's funny, Jim. As I read that, I immediately was like, but interesting to hear it's not bad. Yeah, I know, right? He's just chilling. He's having a good time up there. Question for you guys. Do you want to see a review on mellow corn? Because I kind of really want to do a review on mellow corn. But I don't know that I really want to do a review on mellow corn if it's going to do like 200 views. I think it's like a $12 corn whiskey. And based off of what I've seen, I genuinely can't tell if it's terrible and people are jokingly saying it's good, or if it's good and people are jokingly saying it's terrible. Yes on mellow corn just for Eric Schwab. I don't quite get the reference, but I know nothing about mellow corn. If you film it, they will come. Yeah, that's a good point, Jim. So let's see. We are at 32 minutes. I had planned on going for about a half hour. Once this drink is done, I'll be done. I'm happy that there's so many people that were able to pop into a review at this time. So I'm thinking about making my weekly release day on Mondays. And just for the heck of it, I'm sure you guys would watch whatever I put out anyway, but I'm thinking Monday. I was doing Wednesday for a long time. It just felt a little bit like middle of the week, which obviously, but I don't know how better to describe it. It was just like by Wednesday, I'm usually in the middle of something, you know, like, so I feel like I wasn't getting that many views right away. And then I would get another uptick over the weekend. But I'm thinking I'm going to change to Mondays. That way I have all weekend to edit the video if I'm not ready yet. If you're on a Whiskey Tribe Patreon, he talks about it all the time. It's hilarious. Oh, okay, yeah. I was a patron of the Whiskey Tribe for a while. Just for the heck of it. Do a whiskey advent calendar stream. Yeah, not tonight, but I will do that for sure. I have a cool live stream coming up. I think September 20th, maybe. That's gonna be a good one. It's with this guy. The name is escaping me right now. But he's super knowledgeable. Like he makes me look dumb, and I'm looking forward to just talking to him and kind of having you guys get to learn some of the stuff that I got to learn from him. Monday or Friday is good. Wheel of Mystery. The wheel is the best. You guys love the wheel. I'm happy to hear that. I have a couple of other ideas similar to the wheel for when the wheel starts getting a little old, I guess, or whatever you want to say. But I'll save them until then. So did you guys like when I did the roulette wheel, or do you just like the spinning thing? 10 high is not bad at all. 10 high. Review really cheap whiskey, 10 high. Oh, okay, yeah, 10 high, for example. I'll have to check that one out. I don't know that one. People love when I review cheap whiskey, and I'm not sure. It's kind of like, all right, so I know I've talked about this a few times, so I'm a pretty heavy gamer, right? But I don't do anything like I don't Twitch stream or do anything. I just play video games for myself. But for the longest time, I watched this guy, the Angry Video Game Nerd, still do, and he always plays like really crappy games. And when I realized not only the joke about my moniker being the whiskey dick, I also kind of realized that that could be, in a way, kind of like similar, right? Like I just am like a jerk about whatever I review, which doesn't really fit my personality, but it kind of made me realize that if I review terrible whiskeys, and they really truly are terrible, and I don't like them, maybe I could lay it on a little thick. And luckily, I haven't really had to. I've gotten to be, very blunt and what do you call it, honest about things like Johnny Walker Red or Black Velvet or Proper 12. But I would like to do more crappy whiskeys, but I don't want it to become like a joke. Like if it's terrible, I'm happy to say it's terrible, but I don't really want to like just pretend it's terrible for the sake of humor, right? Because it's not really what I'm about. So anyway, what games? Lately I've been playing Bloodstained. I've almost beat that. I just beat Subnautica a couple weeks, like last week. I was playing that one for a long time though, mostly because I just took a break in the middle. But I've played a lot of games over like pretty much my whole life. I started on the NES when I was 3 or 4 years old. Jefferson's Ocean straight on the wheel. Just put the one bottle on the wheel. Which one will it be? Which is also cheap. Review 10 high, please. It's great content. I gotta find this 10 high. Interesting. You found an original in the box NES. Nice. Complete in box, CIB. I know. I hate that painting too. Even when my wife brought it home, I was like, oh, I kind of want to just get some sort of whiskey dictionary thing and hang it up back there. Maybe just a big red sign that says subscribe. Something stupid. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to kick this one back because it's a little late. I've got a day ahead of me. I really appreciate y'all coming out to hang out. For those of you that just popped in, I'm sorry that the stream was short. But hold on one sec. Thank you for joining me here on the Whiskey Dictionary. I know I'm kind of going really quick. I just heard one of my daughters woke up upstairs, so I want to go take care of that. But have an awesome rest of your night, guys. And thanks for hopping in on such a last-minute little stream. See ya. Look for the new video on Monday. And buy Batch 2 challenge coins if you haven't already. And I think I have 6 Glencairns left if you want one. All right, see ya.